informático óptimo.
Hello friends, welcome back to the Optimal IT channel. Today my boss has sent me to telework, so I am going to take advantage of the splendid day that it is, to repair the TV that they have brought us to the technical service. As it is also a big thing, we are going to take advantage of it and we are going to do it here on the street. Today the sky is gray, so if it starts to rain, we will make a tutorial on how to repair a TV in the rain. Well, the TV that they brought us today, well, first of all, tell you that in the channel we are not responsible for any damage caused to your hardware or your tools. Here we are not responsible. You can do what you want, but from the channel we advise you to watch the videos until the end, to see if you are going to have any problems later. Today, the TV that we are going to repair has a fairly common problem, not only in LG, but in all manufacturers. The problem is that the TV has power but it is not capable of displaying an image, okay? The LEDs may have blown. It could also be that the chip that feeds the LEDs is not getting power, okay? Several things could be causing the problem. With today's repairs, we are going to solve all these types of breakdowns. And without further ado, let's plug it in and see what it does. The client has told us that it did not even turn on. Let's see, we have here the little red light. And indeed, now it should already be turning on, but it doesn't turn on. Nothing happens. Let's repair it. No image shown. So let's disconnect. First of all, we are going to remove the TV from the stand to work better with it. We are going to put the mobile phone here so you can see it much better. Well, we take the TV out of the stand by removing the screws from the stand and we leave the cable here to test it later. Perfect, the foot is removed. We move our foot away so that it doesn't get in the way. We're going to use a star screwdriver, a regular screwdriver, okay? Now we are going to remove all the screws that are around the outside of the case on the back and finally take out the back case. As you can see, I'm manipulating it on artificial grass, okay? You have to be very careful not to rub it or make scratches. It must be returned to the client just as it was brought to us. He brings it to us so that we can repair it, not so that we can damage it more. If you put a small magnet on the screwdriver, you won't have to be removing the screws by hand. Even if a screw remains inside, the important thing is that it is loose, and it will come out when you remove the casing. Those are the ones on the foot. We've already removed them. This one is removed. This one too. This one also removed. It's about 10 or 12 screws more or less. You are removing them all little by little and with a lot of patience. Perfect. Don't lose any screws. We'll take that one right now so it doesn't get lost. It seems that we are running out. He always tends to bring a few more screws around here. As you can see, here we have another screw in addition to the ones on the edge of the casing. And now we are simply going to pull the casing, and if we have forgotten a screw without removing it, the casing will not be able to come out in that part and we will detect which screw is missing. This is where it's coming out. It's coming out here. If you look, around here in the middle, it doesn't come out. Do you see what he's doing here? That it does come out here, and here too, and it doesn't come out here. There we need a screw to remove. Indeed. Perfect. He left. And here is another one. Do you see that it doesn't come out there either? That is coming out of everything but that way. Well, there is another screw to remove. Good. He left. Done. Casing removed. We are going to leave the TV very carefully here on the grass. And we are separating the large pieces so that they do not get in the way. Good. We'll see. The current reaches us. Here, okay. Here we get the 220 volts. It comes through here, and this whole part is what supplies power to the rest of the TV. Okay? Those cables carry power to the graphics chip, which is the one that works with the image and processes it. And here is the part that is failing us. This part is the one that gives current to each small LED that is on the screen and that makes the screen have lighting. Okay, we are going to remove the casing that protects it. We'll need a smaller screwdriver. If we don't have a smaller screwdriver here, we can try to rip them off very carefully. Okay? No problem. Without ever damaging the chip. That is. Perfect. Simply with two, with which we have a little access, it would be enough for us. That is. You can also go find a smaller screwdriver. The thing is that I don't want to make the video too long. We already have access to the chip here. It is very important to disconnect it, okay? With the work we are going to do now, we can't have it connected to the rest of the chips, okay? And not to the LEDs either, so that no current or voltage goes to the LEDs. This part, which already enters the screen, supplies power to the LEDs. Okay. Disconnected and disconnected. We already have the chip in sight. Perfect. We leave it there on the ground, very carefully. And let's see the tools we are going to use. Let's use a precision tool. Okay. For which we are going to use protective glasses. And well, if you don't have it, you can ask for it. Surely any neighbor or anyone you know will have it. We have this precision tool, but we are not going to use this one. We are going to use this other one.
Y nada.
And nothing. What it is about is that we are going to remove the damaged part of this chip, okay?
Las partes que están por aquí encima las vamos a
We are
retirar
going to remove the parts that are above
deje de
here,
hacer un mal
so that they stop
funcionamiento y empiecen
malfunctioning
a
and
cargar
begin to
ya bien
charge
los
the
LED. Digamos
LEDs
que
well.
vamos a puentear un
Let's say that
poquito
we are going to
ese chip.
bypass that chip a little.
Perfecto.
Perfect.
Bajamos ahí un poquito.
We went down there a little bit.
Y al lío.
And to work.
Corriente.
Electricity.
Lo primero,
First thing,
gafas de
protective
protección,
glasses, always.
Vamos con la herramienta
We
de
take the precision
precisión.
tool,
Conectamos.
connect,
Y
and
mucho
be very
cuidado.
careful.
Si
If we
hiciéramos-
did,
Bueno, párate, hombre.
well, stand-up tool.
Ahora sí, os decía,
Now, yes.
si estuviéramos
I was
haciendo
telling
el
you,
tutorial
if we were
de
doing the
arreglar una
tutorial
tele
on
bajo
how
la
to
lluvia,
repair a TV
esta
in the
herramienta
rain,
habría que
we would have
prescindir
to
de
do
ella.
without
Tendríamos
this
que
tool.
utilizar sierra
We would
de
have to
mano
use a
o una
handsaw
lija,
or sandpaper, okay?
Nosotros vamos a utilizar
We are
esta.
going
La
to
voy a
use
poner aquí
this.
más
I am going to
cerquita,
put it
vamos a
here
darle la
closer,
vuelta
and
al
we
chip
are going
para
to
que lo
turn the
veáis.
chip over so that you can see it better.
Así, el chip
Thus,
mucho
the
más
chip is much
cerquita.
closer.
Eso es.
That
Y
is.
ahora sí, sin
And
más
now,
dilación.
without further ado,
Llegados a este punto, os
at
podéis
this
quitar
point,
ya
you can
las
take off your
gafas.
glasses.
Bien.
Good.
Como veis, hemos
As you
quitado ya
can see,
todas las piezas
we
que
have already
estorbaban. Esas
removed
son las
all the
piezas que estaban
pieces that
haciendo
were in the
un mal
way. Those are the
funcionamiento,
parts that were
¿vale?
malfunctioning,
Y por eso no
okay?
dejaban
And that's
encender
why they didn't let the
los
LEDs turn on.
Estos cables ahora los
We
vamos
are
a
now
puentear,
going to
vamos
bridge
a
these
prescindir
cables.
de este
We are
chip,
going to do without
¿vale?
this chip,
Y lo vamos a
okay?
conectar
And we're going to
directamente
connect
aquí.
it
Aunque se
directly
hayan
here.
dañado ahí un
Even if
poquito
the
los cables,
cables have been
tampoco va a
damaged
pasar
there a little,
nada.
nothing will happen.
Y reparado el
And
sistema
once the
que da
system that
corriente a los
supplies
LEDs,
power to the
vamos a
LEDs has
proceder
been repaired,
a
we are
reparar
now
ahora
going to
los
proceed to
LED.
repair them.
Muchas veces hay algún
Many
LED que está
times,
fundido,
there
no
are
va
some
bien,
LEDs that are
y
burned
hay que
out or do not
repararlos,
work
¿vale?
well and they have to be repaired,
Los LED, como
okay?
veis, ahí
The
va la entrada
LEDs,
corriente a los
there is the
LED.
current input to each LED.
Están por debajo,
They are
justo
below,
detrás de la pantalla
just
y
behind
debajo
the
de esta
screen and
placa,
below this
¿vale?
plate,
Todo
okay?
por debajo de esto. Irán
Everything
pequeños
below
LEDs
this are
para
small
iluminar
LEDs
toda la
that
pantalla,
illuminate the
¿vale?
entire screen, okay?
Así que nada,
So let's get to work.
ahora vamos a reparar
Let's repair
todo el sistema de los
the
LED.
entire LED system.
Ponemos la tele
We
ahí.
put the TV there.
Bien,
Good.
vamos a poner el móvil para que
I'm
lo
going
veáis
to put
bien.
the cell phone so you can see it well.
Perfecto.
Perfect.
Ahí creo que se ve.
I think it looks good
Bien.
there. Let's see.
Genial.
Great.
Eso es.
That is,
Que veáis bien toda
you
la
can see the
reparación.
entire repair well.
Para este trabajo,
For this job,
¿vale?
okay,
Podéis utilizar
you
como
can
opción
use
A,
as option A
aquí,
here.
como opción A,
As an option,
una
a
maza
mason's
de
mallet,
albañil, un martillo,
a
normal y
normal
corriente,
hammer,
o este otro
or this
martillo,
other hammer.
¿vale?
Okay.
Como opción
As
B.
option B,
Yo voy a
I'm going to
utilizar,
use,
sorpresa, sorpresa,
surprise, surprise,
la opción A,
option A on the right hand
la opción B,
and option B on the left hand.
Hay que dar unos
You have to
golpecitos
give a few
pequeños para
small
que se vayan
taps so that
reparando
all the
todos
LEDs
los
are
LED
repaired
por todo el
throughout the frame.
Primero
First
golpecitos
little
pequeños,
taps.
así sin miedo,
So,
con mucho
without
cuidado de
fear,
no rozar la
okay,
pantalla.
be very careful not to touch the screen, yes, and then a little bigger taps. If you can do it with both hands, much better. This way all the LEDs will be much more balanced.
Eso.
That is,
Sin miedo de
without
reparar
fear of repairing well.
bien. Ya no se nos vaya
Be
a
careful
bajar
that the
un poco
screen
la
lowers a
pantalla.
little.
Bien,
Well,
eso es.
That's it.
También le podéis
You
dar
can
con
also
el
hit
de-
it with the
con la de
dovetail
mirada.
hammer.
También le podéis dar con
You
la
can
parte
hit
de
it with the
adelante.
front part,
Así veis
and
que
so you
sale
see
mucho
that it
mejor.
turns out much better to remove the LEDs.
habría sido
It would
utilizar
also
las
have been
gafas en
good to
esta
use
fase,
glasses at this stage,
pero,
but I forgot to put them on.
siempre utilizar
Always use
medidas de
security
seguridad
measures
para trabajar
to work
seguros.
safely.
Venga,
Come on,
seguimos con los
we
LEDs.
continue with the LEDs.
Esto está
This is
perfecto.
perfect.
Da gusto trabajar
It's
en
nice
casa.
to work at home.
Siempre que podáis
As long as you
teletrabajar,
can telework,
esto es mucho
this
mejor.
is much better.
Bien,
Well,
dejamos ya las
we
herramientas
leave
de
the precision
precisión
tools
y vamos a
and
proceder
we
a
are going to
retirar
proceed to remove
todos los cristalitos
all the
pequeños.
small
Venga,
crystals. Come on,
todos
everyone
fuera.
out.
De momento
For now,
no nos van a hacer
we
falta.
won't
Luego
need
ya
them.
los montamos
Then
otra
we'll
vez.
assemble them again.
Bien, a ver, tenemos ya
Well,
acceso ahí.
let's see. We now have
A los
access
LEDs.
there to the
Fuera
LEDs.
cristal.
We remove glass.
Fuera
We
cristal.
remove glass.
Fuera
And
cristal.
we remove
Estos
glass.
plastiquitos
These
hacen que
plastics
no
mean
se
that you
vea
don't see
cada
each
LED, cada
LED,
lucecita,
each little
sino
light,
que
but
dé la
rather the
imagen por
image
toda la
across the
pantalla.
entire
La
screen.
imagen no, la
Not
iluminación,
the
perdón.
image, the lighting. Sorry.
Aunque se haya rozado por ahí un
Even
poquito,
if
no
it has
pasa
been
nada,
rubbed a
¿vale?
little there, nothing happens. Okay, well,
quitamos
we remove
Estas
these
piezas
pieces.
y vais a ver que
And you'll
teníamos
see
razón
that
en
we
lo que
were right in
decíamos.
what we said.
¿Veis?
See?
Aquí tenéis
Here
LEDs
you
que
have
están en buen
LEDs that
estado.
are in good condition.
No sé si se aprecia
I don't
bien la
know if you can
bombillita.
see the little
Bueno,
light well. Let's
eso es.
see.
Y sin
That's
embargo aquí
it.
tenemos
And
algún
yet
LED que
here we
falta,
have some
que está
LED that is
fundido,
missing,
está mal.
that is burned
¿Veis?
out.
Estaban por
It is
aquí
bad.
caídos.
Do you see? They
Era
were
el
down
problema de
here.
esta tele.
It was the problem with this
Por eso no
TV.
encendía bien
That's
la
why
imagen.
it didn't light up
Algunos
the
LEDs
image well.
estaban cortocircuitados
Some
y no
LEDs had
dejaban
a short
funcionar bien al
circuit and
resto.
didn't let the rest work properly.
Los vamos a retirar
We are going to remove them
para que todos
so that they
funcionen
all work
bien.
well.
Fuera todo,
Out everything.
fuera todo, y
Out
fuera
everything and out
todo.
everything.
Bueno,
Well,
para esto
for this
ahora
job,
vamos a
which we are
reparar
now
los
going
LEDs.
to repair the LED.
Podéis irlo haciendo
You can do it
uno a uno
one by one,
o podéis
or you
coger
can take
otra herramienta más de
another
precisión.
precision tool.
Perdón, continúo.
Sorry,
que se me
I
ha cortado el
continue.
vídeo.
The video
Cachis,
has
esto
been
de
cut
andar
off.
poniendo el
Shit,
móvil
this
todo
thing
el
of
rato
putting
en
it on the
trípode
tripod all the
es un
time is a
fastidio.
pain.
Os decía,
I told you,
podéis
You
ir
can repair the
arreglando los
LEDs
LED uno por uno,
one by one,
o
or you
podéis
can
coger
take
otra herramienta
another
de
precision
precisión,
tool,
que sería en este caso
which in this case
un bloque.
would be a block.
Un bloque de unos
A
20
block
kilos
of
más.
approximately 20 kilos. Well,
Se trata
it's
de
about
reparar
repairing
varios
several
LED a la
LEDs
vez.
at the same time.
¿Vale?
Okay.
Si dejamos
If
caer
we gently
suavemente
drop
el bloque
the
plano
flat block
sobre los
on the
LEDs, se arreglarán
LEDs,
todos a la
they
vez
will all fix at
y quedará
once,
todo
and
mucho
everything
más
will be much
parejo.
more even.
Bien,
Good.
varias caídas.
You have to repeat several times.
Eso es,
That's right,
sin miedo.
no fear.
Bueno,
Well,
las piezas que
the pieces that go flying must be picked up later.
Aunque se desprenda un poquito el marco,
Even if the
por
frame
aquí
comes
no
off a
pasa
little
nada,
here,
luego lo vamos
that's
a
okay.
dejar perfecto.
Then we'll make it perfect again.
Eso es.
That is,
Vamos a ver, no bloquear
let's see,
otra
I'm
vez
going
el
to try
vídeo.
not to block the video again.
Podemos retirar el
We can
marco
remove the frame,
y aunque haya ahí
and even
algunos
if there are some
cablecitos,
little cables there,
lo retiramos.
we remove
Lo
it.
ponemos
We put it there with
ahí con la carcasa
the
con mucho
casing very
cuidado.
carefully.
¿Veis que ya los LEDs están todos más o menos
Do you
bien?
see that all the LEDs are more or
Pues
less
ahora
good
ya
now?
solamente faltaría
Well,
montar nuevamente la
now the
televisión
only thing
y
missing
va a
is the
funcionar
TV again, and then it will
perfectamente.
work perfectly.
Y nada, chicos,
And
esto es
nothing,
todo por hoy.
guys. That's all for today.
Esto es lo que queda de nuestra
This
tele.
is what's left of our TV.
Genial.
Great.
Otro cliente satisfecho.
Another
En 5
satisfied
minutitos la
customer.
montamos
We set
y
it
a
up in
funcionar.
5 minutes and it was up and
Espero
running.
que os haya
I hope you
gustado, pero
liked
sobre
it.
todo,
But above
espero
all,
que os haya
above
servido,
all, I
¿vale?
hope it was useful to you.
Nada,
Okay.
espero vuestros
I
comentarios,
hope you
a ver
tell me in
si
your
habéis sido
comments if they
capaces
helped
de
you
arreglar
repair your
vuestras
televisions.
televisiones. Un saludo.
Greetings and
y
see
hasta
you
pronto.
soon.
Informático óptimo.